Good morning and welcome to Mystery Craft Along for June 2022. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had printer issues. My printer ran out of paper and I had to find some. So I hope you're having a fabulous Sunday. It is a beautiful morning here. I'm not sure if it's cold. I haven't been outside yet. I'm not sure who is on today, but we'll just wait a moment and hopefully, oh, hi Kim, lovely to see you. I haven't got my iPad set up. I might have to ask Steve to go upstairs and grab my iPad so I can see your comments. Okay, hope you're well today, Kim. Yeah, so are you stamping along today? So let's give us another moment or so and then we'll see who else is on and then we'll get started. I know it's early. Oh, you've only been up a little while. Yeah, you and me both, Kim. Yesterday I left the house at 7 o'clock in the morning and didn't get home till almost 3 p.m. And then I was doing all sorts of work and finished working at about 2:30 in the morning. So I haven't had heaps of sleep, but you do these things before you go on holidays. Only one more sleep to my holiday. Yeah. I'm so excited. So, let me see, am I now live? Here we go, hopefully. Oh, you're excited. It's cold out in your craft room. Oh, well, I hope you got woolly socks on. Well, won't take long. Just grab your DSP, Kim, and just basically cut it in half. Whoops. Oh dear. Sorry about that. We had a bit of a issue with the stand fell over. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't make you too seasick. Let's try again. I might just put it beside me, I think. Oh dear. A bit wobbly today. I'm not sure why it's wobbly. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. Hang on. Okay, you've got this computer set up out there. So, what we need is a piece of designer series paper. Now you need to make sure that it is exactly 12 inches wide by 5 3/4 high. Okay. Now, the reason I say make sure is even though they say that designer series paper is 12 by 12 inches, it isn't always. So this is the paper I'm using from the Symbols of Fortune cardstock. And then you'll need 2 cardstock shapes. So they can be, you'll need your ink pads and you'll need a stamp set of your choice. I'm gonna use the Flowing Flowers set. I think I might change my mind, but I think that's what I'm going to use. And then you'll need 2 cardstock shapes, coloured cardstock shapes, and they will be well, this one here, the larger one, is basically the same size as what you would use for any layer that you have. So this is 5, actually this is 5.5 by 3 3/4 inches. Now I'll go back over those measurements when we get to using those as well, so don't panic if you're not quite ready. And then we have a piece of basic white, which is 3.5 by 5 1/4. Then we have another cardstock shape. Now your cardstock shape can be any shape you like. You can have a diamond, a square, an oval, a hexagon, a star, whatever shape you want. And then you're going to have a slightly smaller white piece. Now I've used the new stylish shapes and the old stitch shapes that have now retired because they're perfectly layered. So, and if you're using dies or anything with your what do you call it? If you're using any dies with your stamp set, there we go. I've tried to reword that. It's early Sunday morning, let me tell you. If you're using any dies at all, you you might need some extra scraps of white. Now, you don't have to have white. I'm just using white today. You could have vanilla, whatever colour suits your 12-inch. It's got to be, remember, exactly 12 inches by 5 3/4 inches. Sort of a normal size card. It will be a normal size posting card, maybe a little bit shorter in height. So it'll be 4 inches by 5 3/4 inches when you post it. And it's all closed up, okay? That was a good question, Kim. Okay. So you let me know when you're ready and we will move on to the next one. Okay. Yes, I hope everyone's having a really good Sunday. I know it's early and it was a bit early to do this, but I was trying to fit everything in and make sure we had a stamping craft along. And I had to get new glasses yesterday. That's why I couldn't, had to pick them up. So that's why we couldn't do a craft along yesterday, unfortunately. And there was 50 billion things to do before we go on holidays. And we're so excited. And I've got little Delphi's around the house. She knows something's amiss, but she's being dog sat by our good friend Carol, so we're really excited that she's going to get to spend some time with Delphi. Okay, so when you've got your card base ready, well, Kim, this is it does have to have a direction. It's a 5 3/4 by 12 inch piece. Okay, and it does have to have a direction. So this is the direction that mine goes in, Kim. Okay. I just think it works better this way. Because you were going to see both sides of your paper. Okay. So the other side, it doesn't really matter which side I have at the front. So, yeah, Jumpy's nudging me just so it makes sure that I'm okay. Because she thinks it's weird that I'm talking and Steve's not answering me. So there we go. So if you want to have some ribbon, I've got some lovely satin soft succulent ribbon that I'll be using today. You'll also need to make sure you've got your glue, you've got some scissors, you've got some glue dots. You must have a pencil and a ruler. Okay, these are two very important things. And the other really important thing that you will need, okay, you've got your card base ready, is that you're going to need your paper trimmer. Mine's a bit dirty, I have to clean that. Ooh. And your dimensionals are optional, but I would use those as well. And you'll need your blocks and some bling. So let's get started with our piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to do these first two clues with you. So we've checked that our designer series paper is exactly 12 inches wide. This isn't what you need the ruler for, but it is useful. Mine is, so, okay. So we're going to grab our paper trimmer, which has got a scoring blade. If you don't have a paper trimmer, but you've got a simply scored or a a score pal or something like that, use that. And you're going to be exact with your measurements. So you are scoring at 2 inches. Okay. Then you're going to score at 4 inches. And make sure you score really well. Then we're going to score at 8 inches. Oh, who else has joined us this morning? I can't see who else is watching. Someone else is watching. And then we're going to, score at 8 inches. And then 10 inches. Okay. All right, so we've got 4 score lines. How are we going, Kim? Whoops. I don't want to go to clue 3 yet. Okay, so we've got our 4 score lines. And we're going to use our bone folder. We're going to score the first one, so it's what they call a mountain fold. Then the second one will be a valley fold. I'm going to move the instructions over so you can see. Then the next one will be a valley fold. And then and mine's a little, my paper mustn't have been exactly right. It's a little bit out, but it's okay. So, It's a little teeny bit out. I'll just have to fix that. Must have been, my scoring must have been out. A 2-inch score line mustn't have been a 2-inch score line. So when you finish this clue, then in the comments type done. And I look like I've lost you, kitten. So we're scoring at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches and 10 inches on the 12-inch side. Okay? You've got to be really precise with your scoring. So again, that's 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches and 10 inches on the 12-inch side. And when you've scored, type in the comments done. So you're done. Okay, great. All right. So then we're going to fold our designer series paper out flat. So you've got your mountain and your valley folds. So it looks a bit like this when it's closed. And then you're going to fold it out flat. Now this is where you need your ruler. Okay, and your pencil for the next step. So we're on to clue number 3. It says on the 5-inch side, use your ruler and your pencil to mark 2.5 inches from the top. So if you've got grid paper, you can use the lines on your grid paper. So 2.5 inches from the top on the left-hand, very left-hand edge. I'm being really careful not to put my head in the video, because I don't want you to see the top of my hair or my grey hairs. Then on the right hand side, then you're going to draw a very, very faint pencil. Use your ruler to draw a very, very faint pencil mark from the very top edge there, from the 4-inch score line down to that mark. Now, if you're confident that you'll be able to see where that score line is, which is there, when you go to trim, You don't have to do this step, but I do because it just makes it a little bit easier. So I've done a very faint pencil mark. Now I should have said that you needed an eraser, but you don't really, because you'll be cutting along that line. Okay, so you've got your pencil mark. Then the next thing is you go to the other side and do the same thing. So from the top, you're going to mark 2.5 inches from the top edge on the 5.5 inch side. Oh, sorry, 5 3/4 inch side. I'm sorry, I would have confused everyone. So you're going to put a little pencil mark. Then you're going to go from this point here, your 8 inch score line, and you're going to draw a faint little line down to your, I can't see it because it's blended in. Oh dear. Oh, there it is. And you're going to, from this mark up here, you're going to draw a faint line. So from your score line to your mark, a nice faint line. So you've got, it looks the same on both sides. Okay, now mine's a little bit out. So I'm just going to fix that. I'll take it a bit closer because I couldn't see what I was doing. It's hard when you can't, when it's a bit far away. And I'll move that back in the centre so you can see. And I'll get my eraser and I'll erase. So you've got a line and a line from your 2 score lines. Does that make sense, Kim? Let me know when you're done. Oh, you might have to write the number 3, clue number 3 done when you finish that one. Great, that's fabulous. All right, I'm just going to, so we're going to grab our trimmer again, and this is the next step. We're going to cut off those triangles, but we're not going to, we're not going to throw them away. And I just realised that when I wrote my clues, I completely missed a step. So I'm going to have to do another little step, an extra step here. All right. And when I rewrite this later on, well, not rewrite it, when I convert it to a PDF, I'll update the clues. Okay, so it's going to look, that one's a little bit out. It's going to look something like that, okay? If you're not completely accurate, it might look a little bit different. And what we're going to do with these 2 pieces that I said not to throw away, we're actually going to stick those, and this isn't in your clues. Right, just clue number 4 actually, this is 4.1. Alright, have you done number 4 so far, Kim? And we'll do the extra step. That'll look like this. So when you fold it, it'll look like this. Okay, so you've done that. So what we're going to do is get our little triangles, and we're going to glue those onto what would be the inside of our card. So we're going to glue them in each corner. Okay. And so from here on in, I'm not going to show you what I'm doing. We're just going to have to rely on the clues. But once we get past this step, and just let me know when you've done this step. So you want to line them up right with the corners so that they're nice and flush. Yes. Good morning, Doreen. Thank you for watching us today. We're doing some mystery stamping. So the purpose of mystery stamping is to use whatever things that you have in your stash and to make a great card. And this is a fun fold card, and we're using a piece of 5 3/4 inch by 12 inch DSP as our card base, or sorry, pattern paper as our card base. And so we've just done a little bit of folding, and we've scored it at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches and 10 inches. And then we've sort of cut away a piece on each side. And we're sticking the cutaway pieces to what will be the inside of our card, so that we're not wasting those. And you don't, this is sort of an optional step. I guess that's why I didn't write it in the clues. But the clues will be updated and they will be available on the blog hopefully later today, if not tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be there tonight. So your card base will look like this when you close it up. Okay. All right. Have you done clue number 4? Hi, May. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the Creative Eclectic Mystery Stamping. Be sure to comment, and thanks, Kim, for saying that you're done for clue 4.1. All right, Kim's basically having a private stamping class today. All right, now we're up to clue number 5. Now, clue number 5 is time for stamping. So we have a small image. I'll just bring over the sizes of the supplies, which were part of our clue number 1, so that you know. So I've got a small vanilla or white shape, depending on what paper you choose to use. I'm using basic white because I have my paper is predominantly, which is the Symbols of Fortune paper from the mini catalogue, and I'm hoping there's still some left. I haven't looked at the Stampin' Up catalogue or inventory status report today to see what's left. So this one is around about, this is cut with a stitch square, but you could use any shape you like. So the easiest thing to use is a circle. And you want it to be around about 2 3/8 or 2 1/4 inches. Around about that size is a good size. Okay, and like if you're using a square, you don't have to use it straight. You can use it on an angle. You could use a hexagon, a star, whatever shape you want. Okay, so we'll do this piece. So this is the time for stamping. So you can, keeping the clues over this side so you can see that. So you're using a circle, Kim, that's great. So punch out your circle, and if you haven't already done that, and just do some stamping. So choose some colours that coordinate with your paper. Like I could choose soft succulent, I might choose basic grey. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing now. This is the purpose of mystery stamping, is that you don't know what your card's going to look like until the end. So I could even use a black, or there's a bit of coral in there as well. So just choose whatever colour coordinates with your paper, or if you had, you could do gold embossing if that felt like that. And then you can either stamp on your little piece of pattern paper or piece of white or vanilla, depending on what you're using. You could stamp a sentiment, you could stamp an image, whatever you like, okay? There are no rules and there is no mistakes, all right? So Kim, when you're ready, you let me know that you've finished that step. And I've got to hurry up and finish my step. I haven't done that yet. So just a tip for when you're stamping, don't use a block that's too big for your stamp. So if I haven't put my stamp together properly yet. I'm making a thank you card today. What sort of card would you make with this? Be sure to type in the comments what sort of card that you think that you will make with this, or what you are making with this. If I wanted to use that size block, that's okay, but you might get a bit of wriggling and you might get some ink on the block. If I decided I wanted to use a block that is way too big, like this one, you run the risk of getting what my friend's mum calls ink boogers. So they're stray bits of ink on your card, and you don't want that. You really don't. Now, so just when you're ready, when you've stamped that little, I'll move my piece over, just type done in the comments. Yes, Kim, you will need a circle background, whatever shape your layer, your white is. You'll need a coloured cardstock layer, around about between 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch bigger than your white or vanilla piece. Now, I got ink boogers on that. Yeah, so just be sure that it's the same shape, okay? Now you can also put, if you don't just have to put a sentiment, you can put flowers, you could put leaves, you could put anything. You can put both a sentiment and a image on there. Or if you were going to do die cutting, if you've got your stamp goes with stamp set has die cuts, you've got some scrap. In clue number 1, I said you needed some scrap pieces. Use those scrap pieces to die cut your image or your sentiment and stamp on that and die cut it, and then that way you can raise it up if you want to. I'm not doing that, I'm just doing it straight on the paper because I want it to be flat for posting. So just give me 1 second. I didn't have any scratch paper for off camera when I was stamping. Oh, so Kim, you reckon it looks good so far? Well, that's good. I always like it when people say that. Okay, I'm still stamping. Won't be one moment. So when you finish the clue number 5, be sure to type in the comments 5 and done. Then I know it's time to move on to the next piece. And sometimes when you stamp it and you have an idea in your head and then you go, ew, that didn't work the way that I thought. Because often when I do mystery stamping, I won't make the exact card that I did for my sample. So I wing it a little bit, as my friend Jodie says. She loves it when I wing it. She's not watching today. So that was, so the 5 was the stamping on the little shape, yes. So you've done that. And then we'll move on to clue number 6, which you'll need your larger piece of, while you're waiting for me, Kim, you can get your larger piece of white cardstock, which is 3.5 inches by 4.25 inches. Good morning, Rhoda. Lovely to see you here. I messed mine up completely. I got ink boogers and yeah, it's just looking dreadful. But it's okay, there's always a solution. There's a magical other side of the paper that you can use. I hope you're well, Rhoda. Thank you for joining us. I know it's nice and early. It's a beautiful day outside. I hope that I'm going to get an opportunity to enjoy the sunshine at some point today. I don't really want to be stuck inside because it's such a gorgeous day. And for the next 4 weeks, we're going to be in the car for a lot of the time. So I'm not looking forward to driving. Okay, so clue number 6. I'm assuming you're done, Kim. So clue number 6 is on your piece of large white cardstock, or vanilla cardstock, whichever you're using, which is 3.5 inches by 5.25 inches. It's over here. You're going to stamp some images in the corners if you like, or you might stamp a sentiment in the middle. That is completely up to you. So you decide what you're going to do with that one, and when you finish stamping, you might have some die cuts that you want to stick on. Completely up to you. I'll just be stamping in the corners and hope that it works out fine. I think I really need to re-ink my ink pads. They're dreadful. And unfortunately, I don't have the stamp set that matches the paper that I'm using. So I'm sort of winging it, going, okay, I hope this is going to work. I think they'll work together. Originally, I was just going to do all soft, succulent, but I decided to add some grey in, just for a little bit of interest. And I don't know if this stamp set that I'm using works with the paper, but it's really to get you an idea, and I've got some good samples to show you. So once you finish stamping, you can type. So that's stamping clue number 6 and done. Okay. If you wanted to, you could stamp all the way around the outside edge of your large white piece. Yeah. So, Kim, what sort of card are you stamping along making today? Is it a birthday card, a thank you card, a just for you, maybe a sympathy card? Although I don't like making too many sympathy cards. You're doing a birthday card and you've done clue number 6, is that right, Kim? Okay, so that's our stamping done. If you are using die cuts, you need to make, for that step and sticking them on, you need to make sure they aren't raised up, okay? They need to be flat and flush with the cardstock. Okay? So now we're going to get layering. So our first layer is a piece of coloured cardstock, which is slightly bigger than our white piece. Now I had to stamp, I got a ink booger, so I had to stamp on Oh, the question, Kim, was, have you finished stamping clue number 6? You said done. Okay, I'm just assuming you have, and I've already moved on. Okay. Now you can attach your white shape to the centre of your coloured cardstock shape, your small coloured cardstock shape. Okay. So remember, I said it needs to be between an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch difference in size, so that you can see it. Now you can attach it however you like. You can attach it with dimensionals, you could attach it with glue. You just need to make sure that it's in the centre. Oops, Steve, stop making noise. Everyone can hear you having a cup of coffee. So you've done number 6, so we're up to number 7. Okay, so then the second part of clue number 7 is taking your larger coloured cardstock, which is 5.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches wide, and layering your white piece on top of that. Now this needs to be flat. You cannot have it all raised up, okay, because your card won't work properly. It won't close properly if you have it raised. So when you've finished number 7, clue number 7, type 7 You can still hear me? Oh no. Have you got sound yet? Oh no. Hi Kelly, thanks for watching. Oh, sound is back, yes, because my phone went into low power mode. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so when you've done clue number 8, type 8 and done. So we're getting near the end of our card. Okay. So we're going to stick our piece on, and I'm really sorry that we didn't have sound for a minute or two. Okay, so we've done 8 and done. We're going to move on to clue number 9. So you're going to open your card up and you're going to stick your large layered piece into the center. Okay, so it needs to be centered from top to bottom and left to right. Okay, and it'll be exactly the right size. Trust me. I'm a professional. Yes. Okay, and when you've done that, type 9 and done, and we can move on to the next step. I'm hoping we've still got sound. So 9 and done. Oh, can you guess what the next step is, Miss Kim? Or anyone? What do you think the next step is? Any guesses? We do it every time. Yes, that's right. We're going to bring on the bling. So clue number 10 is add some embellishments. Now this is optional, but I know my crafting ladies all like to add their bling. So it's not optional for any of my regular ladies who do mystery stamping. They all pop some bling on the front of their card. So if you're using embellishments like gems or something like that, I always recommend to use 3 of any bits of bling that you have, just so that it is a nice even odd number. It just is more appealing when you're looking at it. Just trying to find the bling that goes with my I haven't sorted out all my bling now the new catalogues come out. So I've got some, I normally have it sorted by catalogue, and I don't at the moment. I haven't had an opportunity. And I did think that I had some soft succulent dots, but Sadly, I don't. So I'm going to have to use some retired bling. I wonder where they are. And then when you've finished, be sure to post in the comments a picture of your finished card so I can see what it looks like. I'm sorry, you can hear me flicking through my folders. All sorts of retired bits of bling here. I don't know if anyone knows the story of the cranes that they use in the paper that I'm using. So I might have to share that story with you. Hey Carol, Lawrence, how are you this morning? Hope you're well. You're slugged in, you're not doing mystery stamping. Oh well, you can watch it on replay, I think, and stamp along on replay. I think that's what a few people will be doing. Kim basically had me all to herself today. She's stamping along happily. Okay, so when you've finished your card and finished adding your bling, or you might do some splatters of Wink of Stella, or you might do some, I don't know what else you could do. You could do all sorts of things. You might, I'm not completely happy with my card today, but that's okay. I can always fix it later if I want to, because I can't find the bling I wanted to use. I wanted to use some soft succulent bling, and everything I've got is going into low power mode. My iPad's going into low power mode, my phone. So hopefully I'll be able to continue to see your comments, and my pieces of bling are flying across the room. What a morning. Maybe Sunday mornings are just meant for sleeping in. Oh, you're a lucky stamper. So you've finished. Oh. All right, I shall show you this morning's. It's not a disaster, but it's not as nice as what I had in my head. I still think it's okay. And I will also grab the cranes to tell you the story of the cranes. So this is my mystery card. Oh, my ribbon's not sitting right, so I can fix that. Okay, so then when I open it out, that's the inside. Now, as you said, you'll see that this paper has, the cranes are in twos. Okay, so when you, if you ever go to China, you'll see that they have the cranes, lots of cranes, and they're always in pairs. And I'll actually grab, if you give me a second, I'll grab my cranes that I have. So these are the cranes that I have. So these are embroidered cranes, and they are, as you can see, there's a pair of them. So when cranes, I don't think I can. Oh, you'll have to add the photo at the end when it's finished, Kim. Okay, so these are the cranes. that I have from China. And see, they're all embroidered, but they're in a pair. So when cranes mate, they mate for life. So it's good luck when you get married. And Steve bought me this for me when we were on a Yangtze River cruise for our very first wedding anniversary. He also bought me, first anniversary is paper. So he also bought me paper plane tickets, and that's what they were in those days, to China. So it's beautiful. So the cranes symbolise eternity, altogether for eternity, and good fortune. So it's considered very lucky to have cranes. So this is my finished card from today, but let me show you the other cards that I made. So you don't have to keep it as a feminine card, okay? You can just use, if you change so if you make a mistake and don't cut on the score line, or you can just change the shape of the card. So this is one that I did with a set that's retiring, and the paper that's retiring out of the mini catalogue at the end of this month. Artistically Layered, I think it's called. And these are all the die cuts. So that's I really like that one. And see, I've used a different shape. Used a hexagon shape. And this other one, I've used the Hey Sports Fan paper. And this is a non-stamp card. I love non-stamp cards. I've just used the die cuts from the paper, or from the suite. And it's just, oh, I need to stick that bit down a bit. Just nice. And so they're my 3 samples of today's mystery card. So you could put, as I said, put string or something. I would have liked to have put some twine behind that one, but I actually didn't have any of the twine. For some reason I decided to gift it to someone as part of our catalogue tour of the mini catalogue. So remember, the mini catalogue last chance sale is on at the moment. So I really hope that you try this card at home and have a go at using some different shapes. Like now this was actually, I need to tell you about this card, because this was inspired by the lovely Carol Lawrence. She made me a beautiful birthday card, and I'm going to show it to you. It's not Stampin' Up colours or anything, but it's fabulous. And her measurements are a little bit different to mine. I'll just move these ones out the way. But look at how beautiful that card is. Isn't that lovely? And she's just layered it, and it's just stunning. And she's done hers a little bit different to mine. So she's done the cut-offs in the opposite direction to mine. See, mine, I've done the cut-offs from the outside in, so you can change it up, and it's just fabulous. So that's the inspiration. Thank you, Carol, for my card today. And it's not exactly the same. My measurements are a little bit different, and I think that either way, you just play around with it and work out what works for you. I like this size because it fits perfectly into a standard envelope. I'm going to give this a go with a different shape maybe an oval, or I've got heaps of cardstock, so pattern paper that's retiring at the end of the month, so I really want to use that up. And I'm going to fix that bow. But I really hope that you enjoyed today's mystery stamping, and that once the Facebook Live is finished, that you post your creations in the comments below. Especially if you're watching on replay, I love to see what people make. So thank you for getting up early and sharing the morning with me. And until next time, and sorry, my screen was, yeah, I'm glad you decided to create along too, Kim. I would have been a bit worried. Okay, so until next time, happy creating, and you'll hear from me during my road trip. The next mystery stamping is in July, and it will also be on a Sunday, but it won't be quite so early. Okay, until then, happy creating. Bye for now.